tonight, the country's leaders condemned the heinous killing of a young woman and the recent rape of another. 76 cases of COVID-19 are confirmed, and the British variant of COVID-19 was confirmed here on island back in December. The details of these stories and more are coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelyz and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Monday, the 25th of January, 2021. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. Shock and horror is the feeling of the day in St. Lucia following the discovery of a female body over the weekend. On Monday, Superintendent of Police with responsibility for crime management, George Nicholas, gave the details of how the police was left to seek public assistance to confirm the identity of the young woman's body.
On Saturday, 23rd January 2021, about 1:30 p.m., police discovered the body of a partially decomposed female at Pigeon Island. A medical practitioner was on the scene and pronounced the body dead. We are yet to identify the individual. However, we have taken samples from a family that may be linked to that individual. We are asking the members of the general public for information that can lead to the identity of the victim.
One family has publicly claimed that the young woman is their loved one, and messages of sorrow and condolences have begun to pour in, calling for justice for her death. A post-mortem has been scheduled for a later date to ascertain the cause of death. Now, local psychiatrist Dr. Julius Gilliard has called on the general public to understand where the culture of victim blaming originates. He said the majority of people pointing the finger of blame are emulating the mindsets of families who most likely shared skewed values. Dr. Gilliard's call is in relation to the gruesome discovery of a young woman's body at the Pigeon Island Causeway on Saturday. Whilst the discovery plunged the majority of the nation into mourning, shock, and horror, a small population of individuals chose to question whether the deceased provoked her death and also raised questions and accusations about her lifestyle. The victim blaming raised further anger amongst the populace, who maintain that the questions raised are irrelevant, as no one deserves to be killed. Dr. Gilliard said there is cause, however, the cause being judged rather than fixed. He said the end of this ingrained mentality is a lack of compassion.
Boils back down to the lack of compassion that we have, and lack of compassion breeds judgmentalness. So because we cannot put ourselves in those person's shoes, so the person who's riding the bike or who's going out a lot, why are they exhibiting those behaviors? What have they gone through or are going through in their lives that cause them to exhibit those behaviors? So we cannot fathom why they're going through that. So sometimes we figure, oh, they grew up in a good family. But is there something as a good family?
The psychiatrist says the society has set standards for behavior, and those who do not meet those standards are automatically judged.
You should not do this and you should not do that. You should be self-controlled and you should be an upstanding member of society. Those are the standards that we set. So we look up to those persons who we see as having good self-control, as being productive and so on, and we marginalize those persons who we see as lacking self-control, as exhibiting behaviors which don't meet our moral values. But those persons have their values. Those persons have their thoughts. Those persons have their emotions. Those persons may have gone through things that they are dealing with the best way that they can. And we judge them. So we judge them as, oh, she know that she shouldn't do that, and she's doing it. Or she knows that she shouldn't lie with that boy or those boys, but she's doing it. Who knows what she went through?
The local psychiatrist said the system of judging and punishing leads to no change, as the true problem gets left untouched. Prime Minister Alan Shastney has expressed his outrage following a rape in Jacmel and the killing of a woman at the Pigeon Island Causeway. He offered his condolences to the families and gave his assurances that on the part of government, there is concerted effort to strengthen the justice system to address crime.
There is no one solution to this problem. This takes a holistic approach to solve. We first have the police force, which needed to be strengthened, and we've been doing so. Better communication systems, CCTV cameras, new vehicles, better training, and recently promotions for those officers, and physically improving their offices as well as their own personal facilities. We're also going to be commencing the construction of the new police headquarters very soon. We've also strengthened our forensic lab because without evidence makes convictions impossible.
He also spoke to improvements to the DPP's office and improvements to the courts.
When we came in, there was no DPP, and there was 3 or 4 people in that office. Now we have over 9 people and several lawyers, and we can see the improved efficiency in prosecution. The court system in this new police headquarters will include 6 new courts, 3 magistrate, 3 criminal. But even recently, because of COVID, our criminal court has not been able to be used because of the need for protocols, the application of protocols, particularly as it pertains to our jury. These are some of the constraints that we've been living in.
Minister for Gender Relations, Dr. Gail Rigobert, has also expressed her abhorrence over the recent spate of violence perpetrated against women. Last week, of course, there was the report of the rape of a woman in Jackmill. Then on Saturday, as you heard, news of the discovery of a naked body of a woman, the victim of the most extreme form of gender-based violence. This, she says, has rightfully sparked outrage throughout the society. Both acts, Dr. Rigobert says, are reprehensible and should be condemned. The St. Lucia Labour Party is calling for a new approach to addressing the country's crime crisis. This after the discovery of a woman's body at the Pigeon Island Causeway Saturday. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force has called for public assistance in identifying the young woman, asking that anyone with a family member, loved one, or person known to them who has been missing for about a week and failed to make a report to the police to contact the Gros-Islet Police Station. The SLP's communication officer, Mondi Lewis, said that the crime situation in St. Lucia has only gotten worse.
The St. Lucia Labour Party believes that there is a need for a new approach to addressing the crime crisis in this country. One that begins with providing opportunities for our young people, educational opportunities to enhance their skills, support for young entrepreneurs wanting to start businesses, support for farmers looking to get started and grow their businesses, and jobs programs. It also means supporting our police and providing them with new technology to help fight all criminal activity.
With news of the discovery of the woman's body, images began circulating on social media. The SLP has expressed outrage over the sharing of such graphic images.
We are encouraging St. Lucians to be more empathetic towards family and friends and desist from sharing and posting such graphic images now and in the future. Our efforts should always be to provide any relevant information that may result in the identification and prosecution of the perpetrators. So we encourage anyone with such information to contact the police immediately.
This is news coming to hand just before news time. St. Lucia has recorded another 2 COVID-19 related deaths, bringing the total number of deaths so far to 13. Now, also on Monday, the 25th of January, the Ministry of Health and Wellness received confirmation of 35 new cases of COVID-19. St. Lucia also received confirmation of the recovery of 9 individuals diagnosed with COVID-19, bringing the total number of active cases in country to 436. All of the active cases are currently stable and doing well. The new cases now bring the total number of cases diagnosed in country to date to 921. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come. 76 cases of COVID-19 are confirmed by the Ministry of Health. The British variant of COVID-19 confirmed here in St. Lucia back in December. And the Medical and Dental Association speaks on the current COVID situation.